All right. My name is Reverend Scott, and I'm here with Daelene Schwartz. We are doing the second installment of our new series, Getting to Know You. You. And Daelene has been nice enough to volunteer to be our second interviewee. Daelene is currently serving on our board and is our vice president, and she will be our president next year. It's strange to even think about next year, but we're glad that whatever next year brings, Daelene will be helping guide the fellowship through that. So welcome, Daelene. Thanks for agreeing to be on with us.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, absolutely. So how long have you and Barry been a part of the fellowship?
We became members 3 years ago, last October. So we were going probably for about a year prior to joining. So
Okay. So first question is, where did you grow up, and how does growing up there, wherever there was, still influence your life and who you are?
it has big influence. I grew up in a little town north of Portland on the Columbia River called St. Helens. Actually, we lived in Warren, which is actually out even smaller than St. Helens. And it was a mill town, very small, about 8,000 to 11,000 people over the course of my lifetime there. And we lived on a lot of acreage outside of the city. So growing up in a very small town where your dad was a big he owned the grocery store, and I had older brothers and sisters who were, everybody would compare you to your older brother and sister, and everybody would know your dad. And so you couldn't get away with anything at any time. And it was a very conservative city, very, very small conservative city, even though it was outside of Portland. So, and that really has influenced my, as I've gotten older and I think back on it. I mean, parts of it were really good. I mean, I have great memories and growing up, but I also, it being so conservative and such a patriarchal, and of course that was the times too, back in the 50s and 60s. The things that in a small town that boys could do is so much different than what girls could do. And my brothers and other men in my class, young boys in my classes, were kind of, they were focused on doing other things, and then the girls were focused on being teachers and nurses.
Okay.
It's kind of I had to kind of grow up and learn through that and go to college and realize that, oh, those stereotypes, I don't have to do that. I can be different. I can do whatever I want to do. I don't have to do this prescribed thing that has been outlined for me.
Right.
So that was very, it took me a while to get through to that. But yeah, I think that was a big influence in this very small town that I had to get out of before I realized, oh, there's a different world out here that's way different than what I was raised in.
Yeah. Can you think about a single moment in your life that changed the trajectory of your life? Or
I do think going to college, huge trajectory of my life. I mean, it truly, I went to college thinking I was just going to be horrible. I was going to fail. I was just tearful, very anxious, and got in and realized that I could do really well. And I really was quite competent, way more competent than I thought I was. And it was just kind of wow, an eye opener. So I think actually just getting away and going to college was the first. And then I've had many after that, eye openers.
Okay. What's one of the greatest adventures that you've been on in your life?
Oh, we've had a lot. Barry and I love to travel. We kind of decided early on in our marriage that we were going to do as much as we could while we can in terms of traveling. And a couple of cool places, but one of the biggest adventures we were on, we went, two, I guess I can think of. One was safari in Africa, South Africa, which was quite an adventure. I was way more anxious than I thought it would be, being out on safari and hearing lions and seeing things. I just kept telling myself, I'll be fine, I'll be fine. Yeah. But that was really an amazing adventure that I never in my entire life ever thought, a small town girl from St. Helens would actually be on, safari in South Africa. Yeah. Wow. That was a good one.
Yeah. I think anytime there's the danger of being eaten by lions on an adventure, that definitely raises the level a little bit.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. I can attest.
What are you reading right now, or what's the last thing you read?
Well, actually, the last thing I read was House in the Sky by Amy Lindhout, and it was about this quite quite a few years ago. I think it was probably 10 years ago. It was that she was a Somali journalist. I mean, she was a journalist that was in Somali with her past boyfriend, who was named Nigel, and she was captured by Somali militants and held for ransom. And she was held in captive, and it was just a horrible situation. She was raped and physically, emotionally beaten, held in dark rooms with no light for 460 days. And then she's a Canadian. But it was pretty, she has really come through that. And that was the inspirational part at the end. She's really learned to forgive her captors after all that they had done, and kind of moved on with her life and really become grateful for what she has, and worked a lot through her anger and anguish and fear of being captured.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a good book.
What is the large book that you set your computer on?
I didn't. I set it on my filing cabinet.
Okay.
My little filer, but yeah.
I see. Got it. What is something that you can't live without?
Ooh, can't live without barbecue potato chips.
Barbecue potato chips.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, those are my go-tos, and once I have them in the house, I can't not eat them.
Okay, so would you consider yourself an aficionado of the genre of barbecue potato chips?
I'm pretty good with all of them, but yeah, there are some that I particularly. I mean, just the classic Lay's are really my go-to.
Yeah, the classic Lay's. I agree. As a regular potato chip fan,
yeah,
it's hard to beat. Yeah. Let's see. What's something? It sounds like you've done a whole lot. What's something on your bucket list that still is yet to be accomplished?
Well, we are. Yeah, we actually, it was supposed to be there in September, but of course it got canceled due to COVID. But it's on our bucket list. We've set ourselves up for a cruise. It's kind of the wake of. It's called the Wake of the Vikings. So it's kind of where the Vikings have gone in the years. So it starts in Oslo, Norway, and goes to the Falkland Islands, and then Iceland and Greenland and Nova Scotia, and then up through the St. Lawrence River to Quebec. So I've always wanted to see Iceland and Greenland and Quebec. So that's on our bucket list. And hopefully, I don't know, like I said, it was canceled this year and got rescheduled for next year. So we'll see if we get to go on it or not. But
right. Fingers crossed. Who
knows?
Yeah. How about something that no one knows about you, or very few people, or hidden talent, or something?
Besides that, I love barbecue potato chips.
Well, yes, besides that.
Oh, okay. Besides that one, let's see. I was a 15 and under swimming champion in Oregon in the freestyle.
Freestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Distance or sprint?
Distance.
Wow. So like 500?
Yeah, less. Yeah. 200. Yeah.
Wow. I can't imagine.
Yeah, that was back in my day. It's never been the same since. But
swimming is one of those that doesn't. It's not like riding a bike. I found.
I know, it's true. I've swum so much as a kid. Started swimming competitively when I was 4, and yet when I get older, I was like, the last thing I want to do is go swim laps. It's like,
right.
I'm not interested. It's too cold. It's too wet.
Right. Fun. Let's see here. Do you dance? Are you a person who might spontaneously dance?
No, not necessarily.
No.
Yeah, my story was that I was in ballet when I was 5, and my mother tells me this, or she did tell me this, that my sister was this very premier ballerina and tap dancer, but I got into the same little tiny dance studio in Oregon, and the dance teacher told my mother she was wasting her money on my lessons.
Oh, could this be why you don't currently do much dancing?
I think it might be one of those things that kind of carried through my life, that
I'm sorry.
I just can't dance. So.
Okay. Well, if we have a dance at UUFCO at some point, we will make sure that you are invited and a space is held, a loving space is held for you.
Oh, thank you.
Explore your dance that is non-judgmental.
That would be great. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. What is some advice that you would give to your younger self? Something you learned along the way.
Yeah, I've thought about that a lot. I think that the biggest advice I'd give to myself and to anyone else younger is not do things because you think others want you to do them. Do them because your heart and your soul is telling you that's what you want to do and the right thing to do, and not to be so influenced by others. I think I would have been much stronger, much quicker, and more authentic if I had done that. If I'd listened to myself earlier in my life.
Yeah. that it's good advice. That's hard to take.
Yeah.
Until you like it's yeah. What is a time, just thinking back, of extreme happiness in your life?
Of course, when my son was born, that was, I mean, I don't know that any parent can, yeah, it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. And so as we are, let's see, the date is currently what, the 28th of October. Halloween is coming up. The election is coming up. Lots is coming up in this next week. What is something that you hope for in the coming week for all of us, like for like us as a country? What are you hopeful for?
I just want to get to a decision and a resolution, and then get past this whatever it's going to happen after Tuesday, and start us moving in a direction to bring us together. I just hope that we as a nation and people can accept whatever is, as the outcome of the election, and then just let's just work to make it the best we can going forward.
Yeah. So our service this Sunday, or I'm not sure when this is going to be on, but we're looking at tools that ground us in hard times. What's something that grounds you when you need some just grounding or spiritual sustenance?
I will almost always go out for a walk. Or go outside. I mean, just be outside in nature and try to appreciate and do my self-talk about that. I can't control what I can't control. And just, I can only control my reactions to what's happening. And so trying to talk myself down and through it. So.
Great. Yeah.
And here in Bend.
On that note, it's a beautiful day.
Yeah.
Perhaps, have you walked outside yet today?
I have. I've even gone and worked out already. Yep.
Fantastic. So you're probably grounded right now. Well, it is a beautiful day. So these are intended to be short little snippets. So we've hit our time. Thank you so much, Daelene. It has been nice to get to know you a little bit better. And now we know that should we ever be in search of something to offer you as a gift or appreciation, that barbecue potato chips will do the trick.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks so much, Daelene. This has been fun. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.